The trailer does not waste a single second. From the very first shot, it feels like something is about to snap. And once it does, nothing in Chicago will stay the same. Episode 7 is not being sold as just another chapter in Tommy's story. It is being framed as a warning that the rules are changing, that trust is fading, and that someone is walking straight toward a moment they cannot escape. If you thought the season was intense before, this trailer quietly tells you that the real danger is only now beginning. Episode 7's trailer moves with a heavy, uneasy feeling. Like the calm right before a storm hits, there is less talking and more staring, less planning and more reacting. Every scene feels tight, almost suffocating, as if the walls are closing in on every character at once. The show wants you to feel pressure, because that is exactly what the characters are feeling. No one looks relaxed. No one looks safe. Even the people who usually control the room now look like they are being pushed into corners they cannot fight their way out of. What stands out most is how the trailer focuses on silence. There are moments where characters say nothing, but their faces say everything. This is important because Power Book 4 Force has always been about loud moves and bold actions. Episode 7 feels different. It feels quieter, colder, and more dangerous. That shift tells us this episode will not be about showing power, it will be about surviving power. When a show changes its tone this late in the season, it usually means someone is about to lose everything. The pacing of the trailer also gives away a major clue. The cuts are faster, but the scenes themselves feel unfinished, almost like they are stopping right before something terrible happens. This is not an accident. The trailer is hiding its biggest moments on purpose. Instead of showing the violence, it shows the seconds before it, a door opening, a gun being held low, a look exchanged between two people who no longer trust each other. These small moments suggest that episode 7 is built around sudden choices, the kind that cannot be taken back once they are made. There is also a clear sense that lines are being redrawn. Characters who once stood together are no longer shown in the same spaces. Groups feel broken apart. Conversations feel tense and short. This tells us that alliances are under serious pressure. Episode 7 looks like the point where loyalty stops being a strength and starts becoming a weakness. In this world, caring about the wrong person can get you killed. And the trailer seems to hint that someone is about to learn that lesson the hard way. Most importantly, the trailer makes episode 7 feel personal. This is not about territory or money alone. This is about pride, fear, and survival. Every shot feels like it is asking the same question. How far will you go when there is no safe choice left? That question hangs over the entire trailer, and it sets the stage for an episode that will likely change how every character moves forward. Episode 7 is not just pushing the story ahead. It is preparing the ground for consequences that will hit hard and last until the very end of the season. The trailer quietly makes one thing clear right away. No one is in control anymore. What looks calm on the surface is actually loaded with danger underneath, and episode 7 feels like the moment where everything that was hidden finally starts to show. This is not the kind of calm that brings peace. It is the kind that comes just before chaos breaks loose, when everyone knows trouble is coming but no one knows where it will land. As the trailer unfolds, the overall mood feels darker and heavier than anything we have seen so far this season. There is a sense of waiting in almost every shot, like the characters are holding their breath. Streets feel empty, rooms feel colder, even familiar places no longer feel safe. This tells us that episode 7 is not about expansion or growth. It is about damage control. Everyone seems to be reacting instead of planning, which is always a bad sign in this world. When people stop thinking ahead, mistakes happen fast. What really stands out is how the trailer removes any feeling of balance. Earlier episodes showed power going back and forth, but episode 7's trailer feels one-sided. Pressure is coming from all directions at once. Law enforcement, rival crews, internal tension, and personal conflicts all seem to collide here. No one has time to deal with just one problem anymore. This kind of pressure usually leads to rush choices, and rush choices are exactly what destroy empires. The trailer also plays with uncertainty. Scenes cut off early. Conversations feel incomplete. We see the start of confrontations, but not their endings. This is the show telling us that episode 7 will be unpredictable. You might think you know where a scene is going, but the outcome could flip in seconds. That unpredictability is dangerous because it means characters will act on emotion instead of logic. Fear, anger, and pride are driving forces here, and those emotions rarely end well. Another key detail is how isolated everyone looks. Even when characters are surrounded by people, they feel alone. That visual choice matters. It suggests that trust is wearing thin across the board. No one is fully confident in the people standing next to them. Episode 7 feels like the episode where everyone starts asking themselves the same question: who is really on my side? And once that question enters the mind, paranoia is not far behind. The calm tone of the trailer is almost misleading. There are no huge explosions or long action shots shown, but that makes it more unsettling. This is the kind of episode where violence happens suddenly and without warning. The trailer prepares us for that by slowing everything down, making each look and pause feel important. It is teaching the audience to pay attention, because something small could lead to something deadly. Most of all, episode 7 feels like a setup episode in the most dangerous way. It is setting up losses, betrayals, and consequences that will echo through the rest of the season. The calm we see is not peace. It is tension stretched to its limit, and when tension reaches that point, it does not fade quietly. It explodes. Episode 7 looks like the moment when the storm finally hits, and once it does, there will be no going back for anyone caught in its path. Tommy Egan does not look like a man in charge in this trailer. He looks like a man being hunted by time, pressure, and his own past. From the moment he appears on screen, there is a weight on him that was not there before. His eyes are sharper, his movements slower, and his silence louder. Episode 7 is clearly putting Tommy in a position where every step he takes could be the wrong one. What makes this moment dangerous for Tommy is not just his enemies, but the lack of safe ground around him. The trailer shows him alone more than usual, and that is never a good sign. Tommy has always survived by staying one move ahead, but episode 7 feels like the moment where the board has flipped against him. He is reacting instead of controlling, and that shift tells us he is under real threat. When Tommy stops smiling, the situation is serious. There are subtle clues in the trailer that suggest Tommy already knows something bad is coming. His body language says he is bracing for impact. He listens more than he talks. He watches people closely, like he is measuring their loyalty in real time. This version of Tommy is not reckless. He is cautious, which usually means betrayal is close. The show is signaling that someone near him may not be fully honest, and Tommy senses it. Another important detail is how Tommy is placed between different worlds in the trailer. He is shown moving from one space to another, never staying in one place for long. This suggests he is being pulled in multiple directions at once. Business demands, personal ties, and old grudges are all closing in. Episode 7 looks like the episode where Tommy must choose which side of himself survives: the hustler, the soldier, or the man who still cares too much. The tension around Tommy also feels personal this time. This is not just about territory or money. The trailer hints at emotional pressure, the kind that clouds judgment. When emotions enter the game, even the smartest players make mistakes. Tommy has always lived on the edge, but episode 7 feels like the edge is finally crumbling beneath him. One wrong move could cost him someone he needs or someone he cares about. There is also a sense that Tommy may be preparing for a worst-case outcome. Small moments in the trailer hint that he is thinking ahead, possibly planning for loss. This does not mean he is ready to give up. It means he knows survival might come at a heavy price. The way the trailer frames him makes it clear that episode 7 will test how much Tommy is willing to sacrifice to stay standing. By the end of the trailer, Tommy no longer feels like the hunter. He feels like the target. Every look he gives, every pause he takes, carries the weight of someone who knows the game has changed. Episode 7 is not asking whether Tommy can win. It is asking whether he can survive what is coming without losing himself in the process. The tension between Diamond and Jenard no longer feels like a slow burn. In the Episode 7 trailer, it feels ready to explode at any second. Every glance, every pause, and every shared moment between them carries years of anger and unfinished business. This is not just a fight between two brothers. It is a battle over pride, control, and who truly deserves to lead. Episode 7 looks like the point where their past finally catches up with them. What makes their conflict so dangerous now is that trust is completely broken. The trailer shows them existing in the same world, but not on the same page. They are separated by more than just words. Their body language alone tells a story of distance and suspicion. When brothers stop speaking honestly, violence usually fills the gap. Episode 7 feels like the episode where silence between them becomes louder than any argument. There are strong visual hints in the trailer that suggest a setup is in motion. We see moments where one brother looks calm while the other looks tense, and that imbalance matters. It suggests that someone thinks they are ahead of the game. In this world, confidence often hides betrayal. The trailer does not show direct action between them, but it shows enough to make it clear that something is being planned behind closed doors. The power struggle between Diamond and Jenard also feels more final than before. Earlier conflicts left room for repair, but Episode 7 removes that feeling. The trailer frames them as men standing at a crossroads where only one path leads forward. This is not about compromise anymore. It is about dominance. When power becomes personal, blood is usually not far behind. Another key detail is how other characters are placed around them. The trailer hints that outside forces are watching, waiting for one brother to make a mistake. That pressure adds fuel to an already dangerous situation. Episode 7 feels like the moment where someone uses their brother's weakness against him, not out of hate, but out of survival. And that kind of betrayal cuts the deepest. The emotional weight of their history also hangs over every scene. The trailer does not need flashbacks to remind us of what they have been through. Their expressions say enough: regret, anger, and jealousy all mixed together, creating a situation that cannot stay contained for long. When unresolved pain meets power, the outcome is almost always tragic. By the end of the trailer, it becomes clear that Diamond and Jenard cannot both walk away the same way they walked in. Episode 7 feels like a breaking point, where loyalty is tested and family ties are pushed to their limit. Whether it ends in betrayal, loss, or something even worse, one thing is certain. After Episode 7, the relationship between these two brothers will never be the same again. Power does not always come from loud moves. Sometimes it comes from silence, patience, and waiting for the right moment to strike. In the Episode 7 trailer, Claudia and Mireya feel like the quiet danger no one is paying enough attention to. While others are focused on open threats, these two women appear to be moving pieces behind the scenes, and that makes them more dangerous than anyone realizes. Claudia's presence in the trailer is subtle, but that is exactly why it matters. She is not shown panicking or reacting like others. Instead, she looks calm, controlled, and observant. That calm suggests confidence. It suggests that she knows more than she is letting on. In a world where chaos is rising, the person who stays calm usually has a plan. Episode 7 feels like the moment where Claudia stops reacting to events and starts shaping them. What makes Claudia's position even more interesting is her silence. The trailer does not give her long conversations or dramatic lines, but it gives her looks. Those looks feel measured, like she is calculating risk and reward in real time. This tells us she may be preparing to make a move that changes the balance of power. Not a loud move, but a smart one. The kind of move that catches everyone off guard because no one expected it from her. Mireya, on the other hand, feels trapped in the middle of forces she cannot fully control. The trailer frames her as someone standing too close to danger without realizing how deep it runs. Her scenes feel tense and uneasy, as if she knows something is wrong but does not know how to escape it. Episode 7 feels like a warning for her. Being close to power also means being close to the fallout when things go wrong. There is a strong sense that Mireya's loyalty is being tested. The trailer hints that she may be forced to choose between safety and truth. In this world, those two things rarely exist together. Her expressions suggest fear mixed with hesitation, and that combination often leads to mistakes. Episode 7 could be the moment where one wrong decision puts her directly in the line of fire. What connects Claudia and Mireya is the idea of control. Claudia seems to be gaining it, while Mireya is losing it. That contrast feels intentional. The trailer places them on opposite sides of the same power shift. One is learning how to play the game better, while the other is learning how dangerous the game truly is. That imbalance creates tension, and tension always leads to consequences. Episode 7 feels like the episode where women stop being background players and start becoming central to the story's direction. Whether through strategy, manipulation, or survival, Claudia and Mireya both seem positioned to influence what happens next. And when quiet players step forward, the impact is usually bigger than anyone expects. The trailer hides its most dangerous truths in quick flashes and background details. And those moments are easy to miss if you are not paying close attention. Episode 7 looks like it will be driven by sudden violence, but the trailer is careful not to show the full picture. Instead, it gives us pieces, weapons held but not fired, locations shown but not explained, faces reacting to something we are not allowed to see yet. All of this is done on purpose, and each detail points toward a moment that will change everything. One of the strongest clues comes from how weapons are shown. Guns are not waved around or used in obvious ways. They are kept low, hidden, or revealed only for a second. This suggests surprise attacks rather than open shootouts. Episode 7 feels like it will feature violence that comes without warning. The kind where the target does not see it coming until it is too late, when a trailer avoids showing action clearly. It usually means the impact of that action is meant to shock the audience in the episode itself. The locations also matter more than they seem. The trailer shows familiar places, but they feel different now. Empty rooms, dark corners, quiet streets. These settings suggest ambushes and private confrontations rather than public battles. Episode 7 feels like it will trap characters in tight spaces where escape is not easy. That kind of setting increases fear and raises the stakes, because once you are cornered, there is no backup coming. Another important detail is how characters react to unseen threats. We see sudden looks of concern, quick turns of the head, and moments where someone freezes for just a second. These reactions tell us that danger is close, even if it is not shown. The trailer wants you to feel uneasy, like something bad is happening just outside the frame. Episode 7 seems built around these unseen moments, where what you do not see is just as important as what you do. The editing style of the trailer is also a major clue. Scenes cut away right before something important happens. A door opens, then the shot ends, a character reaches for something, then the scene changes. This constant interruption builds tension and tells us that the real violence is being saved for the episode. It also suggests misdirection. What the trailer makes you focus on may not be the real target. The true victim or outcome is being hidden. There is also a sense that one violent act will trigger a chain reaction. The trailer feels like it is circling around a single event without showing it. That event could be a hit, a betrayal, or a sudden death. Whatever it is, Episode 7 feels like the episode where one moment changes the balance of power across the board. After that moment, nothing can go back to how it was. All these hidden clues point to the same idea. Episode 7 is not about long battles or extended action scenes. It is about impact, quick decisions, sudden violence, and consequences that hit fast and spread wide. The trailer is warning us without saying it out loud. Pay attention, because when the moment comes, it will be over before anyone has time to react.